What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Canelo Alvarez, Eddie Hearn, and Arthur Beterbiev. Get this, Canelo Alvarez wants Arthur Beterbiev after the Caleb Plant showdown, says Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn says Canelo Alvarez is considering moving up once again to 175 to challenge unbeaten IBF and WBC lightweight heavyweight champion Arthur Beterbiev. Next, if he is successful with Caleb Plant, he will go up to 175. Wow. Hearn has spoke to Canelo about his plans after his match with the IBF champ Plant, and he said that he's interested in a potential fight with Arthur Beterbiev, which is 16-0 and 16 KOs. When Hearn suggested that he face the WBA 175 champion Beterbiev Bivol first, Canelo told him that he wants Beterbiev. In other words, Canelo wants to challenge the #1 fighter at 175 first in Beterbiev. It's a daredevil move on Canelo's part to face Beterbiev because he's seen as the strongest puncher in the light heavyweight division and excels at fighting on the inside. So all the inside work that Canelo likes to do, he would be doing it a lot on his own peril against the devastating puncher in Beterbiev. The two-time Russian Olympian Beterbiev is a bigger, stronger version of Gennady Golovkin. Okay. Eddie Hearn says maybe after this, he'll go to light heavyweight and he may fight Beterbiev and Bivol, said Hearn. He doesn't care. He said, should I fight Bivol first? Canelo stated, no, we want him, making it clear that Alvarez wants Beterbiev. Let me counterpunch. First off, if Canelo Alvarez beats Caleb Plant, which it looks like I think he can with the skills that he possesses, and if he goes to 175 to fight Arthur Beterbiev at 175, because you know he's the champ. He beat the Crusher, Sergey Kovalev, right? So he beat Kovalev, so he is a champion there. Now, and him fighting the WBC and the IBF champ, Beterbiev, would be a very daring move. And those are one of the things I criticize Canelo for. Like, yeah, you went to 168, you fought Rocky Fielding, then you go to 175, then you fight Sergey Kovalev. Then I start thinking like, okay, well, you're fighting the weakest link, okay? You're fighting the weakest link of all these weight classes. But now if you go and you fight the top guy, you get 100% credit from me. And that is a very dangerous fight. And even Canelo himself, when he was on Hot Boxing with Mike, he said that he was he said at 175, it's like, hey, it's too much. I'm a smaller guy. You know, like you don't want to go up too much. Because I know, you know, Tyson mentioned going to cruiserweight and stuff like that, but light heavy, he's already been there. He's been there, he's done that, but has he been there and done that with these type of guys? Especially when you're talking about Beterbiev and Bivol. Beterbiev is an inside bear. He looks like, he reminds me of a badger. I mean, a human badger when it comes to, you know, fighting guys, because he's relentless. He will get you out of there. He can take shots. He can be hurt, but he'll take shots and give his own punching power. So he's dangerous, okay? He's one of those guys that, like they said, he is good on the inside. Is he better than Alvarez? Probably not, but he's bigger and he's stronger. So, you know, you hear the saying, hey, a big little guy beats a little big guy. A good big guy beats a good little guy, right? Let me get that right. And in this case, is it the truth? Well, that's what we want to find out. And in any case, if Canelo Alvarez is going to light heavyweight and doing these type of things and he's actually successful, you got to start comparing him to Roy Jones Jr., Andre Ward, those type of dudes, because those guys started around the same weight class as Canelo Alvarez, especially Roy Jones, okay? Andre Ward, too, to be safe. But that would be absolutely wonderful, because if he fights and beats Arthur Beterbiev, then you got Bivol, you know, and they call him like another Gennady Golovkin, but I look at Bivol more like Gennady Golovkin because he, you know, he likes to fight at range and he loves to use his jab like Golovkin does, but I think he throws more punches than Gennady Golovkin, you know, so I would compare Bivol to Golovkin before Beterbiev. Beterbiev is his own different animal. But just knowing that Canelo Alvarez wants Arthur Beterbiev is massive. Much respect. If that goes down and he wants to fight the top dude up there, that lets you know that all that BS about when he was with Oscar De La Hoya, about making these guys come to a weight class and rehydration clauses and all that stuff, he's not doing that with Eddie Hearn. You know, so it shows a lot about that protection plan. I mean that real protection plan. I don't mean the complexion to protection. I mean to the protection overall from Oscar De La Hoya, the way he did things and the way he made things go in order to fight Canelo. Okay, so I'm glad that he's taken that step. I like what he's saying, but I would love to see that fight made. But saying it, you start planting seeds by saying something out of your mouth, right? So I hope he hasn't wrote a check or let his mouth write a check that his ass can't cash. But I hope this is true. I believe that Canelo Alvarez, if he does it, he's already like one of the pound for pound best fighters in the world. If he can do that and beat those two guys, he is number one to me. I don't care what you say. Okay? That's second from Pacquiao beating Errol Spence. So, you know, you got to take that under your hat. And you have to remember about old Manny Pacquiao because he's way up in age. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn stating that Canelo Alvarez wants Arthur Beterbiev first at light heavyweight if he beats Caleb Plant. Tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.